Dear friends in Jesus Christ, today we are in the 25th Sunday year C. The Gospel of today is from St. Luke chapter 16 and verses from 1 to 13. The Gospel gives the parable of dishonest steward and sayings on making good use of wealth. This parable of dishonest steward is one of the most difficult parables to interpret because Jesus uses a dishonest man as an example for his disciples. Jesus uses this parable because this situation was familiar to the people of his time. Let us try to understand the background of this parable. Ancient Palestine was an agricultural society. People who had large portion of land accumulated lot of wealth. On the contrary, poor farmers borrowed money from these rich landlords. But according to the Mosaic law, Deuteronomy chapter 23 verse 21, the interest on the borrowed money should be charged only from the foreigners and not from the Israelites, not from the Jews. To evade this law, two separate documents were prepared and signed to create an appearance that two separate loans were borrowed. Thus, the interests were charged even for the Israelites, the Jews. Landowners had the knowledge of the debts, but the calculation of the interest, only the stewards were aware of it. In this parable, the steward, the manager, changes or alters the document of the calculation of the interest. Jesus does not give an example of this person for this act of wrongdoing or being dishonest. Jesus gives this parable because people were well aware of this situation, and to drive a lesson, he uses this parable. Then what is the lesson that Jesus wanted to teach through this parable? The rich man asks the steward, "Give an account of your stewardship." Dear friends, everyone will hear these words. Give an account of your stewardship. Yes, both the sinner as well as the saint will hear these words. Give an account of your stewardship. All will have to give account in some way. We have to give an account for our time. We have to give an account for our talents. We have to give an account for our graces. We have to give an account for our forgiveness. What would be our response? Jesus in this parable praises the cleverness of that manager, because when he was in a bad situation, he used the wealth to gain a good future. We must note very clearly that Jesus does not praise this steward for his dishonesty or cheating. Jesus praises him for his alertness and acting immediately to redeem himself from the awkward situation that he was facing. Then Jesus gives three sayings on how to manage wealth properly. First, Jesus says, use money to win you friends. This is what the steward in the parable did. He made friends through the use of his wealth. Second, Jesus says, the man who can be trusted in little things can be trusted in great things. In these words of Jesus, money is considered to be one of the least things. Therefore, if a person cannot be faithful in managing things that are least, they should not be trusted to be faithful in handling the things that are great. Third, Jesus says, no servant can serve two masters, for either he will hate the first and love the second, or he will be loyal to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. Having two masters is not like working two jobs. Jesus has the master and slave relationship in mind. A slave can't belong to two masters at the same time. Jesus states that serving two masters is impossible. If you think that you are successfully serving two masters, then you are cheating yourself. One can have both money and God, but one cannot serve both money and God. Dear friends in Jesus Christ, what is our attitude towards wealth? How is our relationship with God? May God bless you all. Amen.